Chicago Bears visiting the New Orleans Saints. Saints are 7.5-point favorites. Sunday night. You said, I can't believe I'm saying this, Chad. I like the Bears at +6. I was surprised you wanted to go in on the Bears so early because they were playing that night. We knew they were going to look terrible. The number's now gone up to 7.5. Tyson Bagent is playing again. Doesn't look terrible. My favorite thing about him is that he lives to play another play. Suddenly the Saints team looks like they're doing what we thought they would do, as you predicted, which is potentially win the NFC South. The Bears just traded for Montez Sweat. Classic Bears desperation, thinking they're smarter than everybody move, like Chase Claypool last year. Let's give up a high pick for a guy whose contract is up at the end of the year. So now we got to decide, we got to give him a bag. Is he going to be the best defensive end opportunity to throw money at in the next 12 months? Chicago Bears? Is he? Is this the plan? Why do you like the Bears here?
We got God. I was hoping it was gonna be Fields and the number was gonna come down. Because
Oh, right.
I feel like they hung that number just because it was this backup quarterback playing for them again. And yeah, Bears fans are broken. Like Chad's brain's broken. He thought a guy throwing the ball into the stands is a good read because he's not turning the ball over. Like your brain's broken.
That's how low my expectations
Yeah.
are.
And like even whatever idiot was calling the game was like, I think it was Collinsworth was like, yeah, and Justin Fields could learn something here from this kid, how to run this offense. And when it's not there, live to play another down and just throw the ball out of bounds. It's like, dude, it ain't Justin Fields. This Justin Fields is the reason this Bears is a bad team. It's just all across the board. The Bears are just bad. So, yeah, I was hoping it was going to be Fields. It was going to be a nice spot. Luckily I put a penny on the +6. Maybe I'll just stay away from this game. I got no faith right now in your guys' offense. And even in the Chargers game, there were so many opportunities and they just couldn't get a rhythm. They couldn't string together multiple good drives. And that's just what life is like when you're playing a D2 quarterback in the NFL. Like this kid, sure, he can make some throws, right? I mean, the kid has been playing quarterback his whole life. He can make some throws, but you're surrounding him with just trash. Like it's a bad O line. You got a really banged up running backs. DJ still did DJ stuff, right? I think he had over 50 yards receiving. But against the Saints, it was like, man, I was just hoping to catch the Saints here in a bad spot. Like they just had a huge win now coming home. I thought they were going to overlook this Bears team. It was going to be a nice spot to take them, but we'll just stay away. I just there's no way I can take this kid on the road here, even though it's 7.5, and I'm begging myself to do it. It's like, you should take the Bears here. I can't make this one of our 5. I can't ask the people that listen to the show to bet this Bears team. So me and Chad will probably bet it, but I don't think any of you should.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said all that because honest to God, as I was doing all my research yesterday, I kept thinking to myself, what am I missing? Like, I can't tell you, Simon. I went into like a 20-minute rabbit hole because for those listening, I try not to talk to you too much between shows because I want our conversations here to be as fresh as possible. So there are times during the day, and especially like all day Monday when I'm starting to bet games where I think there's an advantage in the number, where I want to be texting you and being like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And I don't want to do it because I want to get your perspective here. I could not find a reason why you were thinking the Bears were a good spot in this game. So I'm so glad to hear all of this. Here's the problem. Derek Carr as a favorite, 18-34-2 against the spread, worst of all quarterbacks the past 20 years.
Yeah.
As a favorite. 17 29-2 before he joined the Saints. With the Saints, he's 1-5-1. He hasn't had a year above 500 against the spread as a favorite since 2016. The only thing the Saints have going for them is that Dennis Allen, who also is historically bad, as a coach against the spread on extended rest in his career, 8-8 straight up, 8-6-2 against the spread. So that's what we got. We got Dennis Allen is basically 2 games over 500 as a head coach against the spread on extended rest, which is what they essentially, they're not even on extended rest. I was thinking they had the Thursday game. They're not even on that. So I think we got to bet the Bears at 7.5 and put them in the contest.
I don't know. I mean, I'll take the 7.5. I just don't know if I can put in the contest, but yeah, you can see where I'm coming from. Like it would have been a nice spot for Fields coming in here off the injury against this team.
Yeah.
And the Derek Carr, I'll always make excuses for him just because I like Derek. I think he plays well. I mean, I don't know if I like him as a person. He might be one of the biggest douches in the world, but as a player, I like him. And he's gone from John Gruden to Josh McDaniels to now Dennis Allen. Like it's just an absolute train wreck of coaching this guy's career.
Totally.